Welcome, everyone, to the Life of Giants. I am one of your hosts, Dino the Genetic Marvel, and with me is my friend Kyle. Hey, Kyle, what's happening?
Hey, Dino. Not much. I don't know. It's going to be a short show. I'm already out shit to say, and it's 30 seconds in.
I mean, listen, that will happen. I feel like that is a skill in and of itself. Is that, like, you've commented on this before, and Cole has said it. He's like, you talk a lot and say very little, and I'm like, thank you. That is exactly what I'm going for in my mode of communication. I use a lot of words, don't actually give much information, and I feel like that's a skill. I feel
It
like
is
that's a
skill, but like I've seen it. Like it's so prevalent, that skill today. No, but you'll see those. Those ads. They're like 2 words you can get your ex-girlfriend who back, or the girl who's ghosting you back. If you say these 2 words and 6 hours go by and these 2 words have still never appeared, and then that goes for like finances and jobs and all that shit. Like there's all those ads, and you just write them on your own.
Your skill is lawyer speak. I mean, I feel like I'm almost up there with like genie or Jin level speak, where I'm like, I'll catch you in your words. Like I'll mess you up, bro. Like you can't, like, I'll be honest with you, is when someone is having like a breakdown where like their brains aren't working, right? Which I have thankfully, sadly, been around a few times. I'll get crazy people to do what I want. But I use my powers for good, so I'm like, I don't feel bad about it, but I definitely like.
Is it for good or for good for Dino?
No, it's always been for their good. It's never been good for Dino.
Yeah,
but like,
to my world. Anyways.
Yeah, no, because I'm like, I try and make sure that I don't use those powers for evil, because I just don't. I feel like I look too mean to be a mean person. Like I'd rather be the guy that people are like, wait, you're nice? And I'm like, why? Why did you just assume that because of my face I was not nice? That's rude. If anything, it makes you a bad person.
Can you hold down the fort? I think I heard enough. This is our first walk-in guest.
I feel like there's like, you haven't had anyone knock on your door for the last like 6 years. And then like the one time we go live, boom, that's when someone's going to come and knocking. I feel like that's only how the life of poetry would work, right? It only makes sense to me. It's one of those things where, even when we do Hammered and Cheese, which is going to be on tomorrow at 7:30, people, feel free to check it out. But when we do that is Cole's son will be there. And the only time he wants to talk to him is as soon as we go live. And you're like, yeah, that's just how it works.
There was no person. I am losing my mind.
How often? Oh shit! Kyle's getting swatted. Oh, Kyle would get shot so many times. That would be like 100%. Just yeah. You would definitely get shot a lot.
What a waste of effort that would be.
I mean, like, really? See, this is the thing. I would rather showdown, but like do it in the States where I could build my own bunker in my backyard kind of shit. I'm like, listen, if you want a showdown, let's do a showdown. Let's do a proper showdown.
Dude, I'm fucking, maybe not Batman, but I can Kevin McAllister this shit. So give me 24 and we'll see what happens.
100%. I even measured out, because the way we have our entrances, there are staircases right afterward. Like there's a small landing and then a staircase. So I'm like, I've measured out for 2x4s to go from the stairs to the door on multiple levels. I'm like, yeah, bro, you're not, if I didn't want you in my house, you're not getting in. And the same. So, okay, let me ask you the question. So today's subject is failure. And I'm a firm believer that failure is only in our heads. Like, we may not be successful in something, but that is different than being a failure. And a lot of the times we are burdened with our own self-conscious desires that make us blow up the idea of something not going the way we planned, because we're dumb, not because of anything else, right? Like in all honesty, there's been so many times when people have been like, oh man, that sucks. That's exactly what I wanted. However, you should have never gotten that thing that you wanted so badly, because guess what? It would have ruined your entire existence, just so you know. It's you know what I mean? Like, how dare you assume that you know what the universe is intended for you, right?
Okay, you are a master of saying a lot without saying anything.
Like, that was 5 minutes of nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
there's supposed to be a question in there. I agree. But can you restate your statement in the form of a question? No.
So, life being the way it is it very possible that it's just a lack of perception or understanding of things to come on our part that makes us feel like we're a quote unquote failure, when in actuality it's just us being too dumb to perceive what's going forward?
I'm generally on the side of mankind being too dumb to perceive, but
fair point.
You have stumbled on, directly walked towards the stoicism of take a step back and look at the bigger picture. And it's easier to do from a mountaintop, but we can go to space now, or even tall buildings, skyscrapers, and just to show how much bigger the world is than whatever little bullshit problem you have. So you can solve it by a bigger perspective, because the end of the world is a lot bigger than not getting tickets to Taylor Swift. But some people might feel that way. Not me, but others.
He's lying. He bought a shirt specially for the concert and everything.
I specifically can't afford to come to park at a Taylor Swift concert.
I didn't say it was legitimate merch. I just say that you bought, like, went to Kensington Market and you found a shirt place that just printed whatever you want. Yeah,
Black Market, the store and the market. But also, I was having this conversation the other day, so it's not even surprising that it came up. But our failures and the bad things that happen to us are just perceived. Here, you want to?
Oh no, continue your thought, and we'll go on to that.
Okay. They're all perceived in current time, but there's a lot that you don't know. Like, the universe just threw you a thing. Like, so often I got fired from a job that was like my only security, and a week later I booked my first commercial. Like, you know what? I'm like, some people would have seen the first one as a bad thing, and really it just removed conflict. Again this week, all right, I left an acting class, like, course permanently, for I felt it was I was disrespected which is funny, because now, so I'm not going back. I'm disrespected. I have no whatever.
Yes.
And then a few days later, my car broke down.
Right.
So now I couldn't get to class if I wanted to, but I'd be worrying about trying to.
Yes.
Whereas now it has been released from my. It's like, oh well, that's not even something I have to worry about now. So the car being gone isn't taking out that took care of itself before. And the car obviously leads to other issues.
Interesting.
But no, I'm not like, oh, I'd be worried about going to the class. Like, I'd be like, fuck, I want to go, and then worry about, like, and it took me like 40 minutes to drive there at a good time. So I don't imagine taking public transportation was like that much faster.
Also true. Let's be honest. You are the type of guy who'd be like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave at 8 a.m. in the morning to get there by 7 o'clock at night. And I'm just going to walk back afterward right into the night, because I'm Kyle and Kyle's going to go to his class. There's a very good chance that would have happened. Now, that being said, I believe, to put everything into, to make it concise, is that basically our experience, the experience of our existence, lacks context, which is hilarious. Let's be honest.
Oh,
Speaking of context, Walkie Talkie Janine says, sometimes I wish I would have become a filthy rich plastic surgeon and offer guys money to get 5 breast plants, 3 on the chest and 2 on their foreheads. Let's be honest. I feel like you would also be like, listen, if you get 3 titties, I'll throw in a BBL. You don't need 5 titties, but 3 on the front and then a BBL on the back. I feel like you would have a thing going, sir. That could have been the future. That's the future we deserved. Okay.
and then they'll just be called walkie talkies.
I mean, give me the walkie talkie is 3 in the front, 2 in the back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I don't know how. Anyways, this is what happens when we talk to the public.
I mean, that's. I find it funny because it's like, listen, you have the shocker, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. Then you have the walkie talkie, which is 3 in the front, and then 2 in the back. I mean,
like that you have 5 fingers and you still had to reuse one.
You know what, sir? Who's gonna do 3 like this? Okay, 3 in the front, 2 in the back. That's ridiculous.
Have you seen the shocker? Fuck.
I mean, okay, the shocker is like perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
you have bam, yeah, you know, this is top tier.
It's funny how I bring like top tier philosophy, and then we're talking about the shocker. Fucking 8 seconds later.
That's a top tier move, sir. Okay, especially with the dexterity of my thumb and also the rapid movement and vibration that I have cornered the market on, sir. Okay, I have literally. I would go into a video game, like go to a friend's house. They'd be playing video games where you have to play a sub button significant amounts of time, and they're like, "Can you do the thing?" And I'm like, and just I can just do it. I can just do it. And I'll tell you,
it's a different. I put the remote shakes.
Yeah,
but I fucking hammer it faster than most anybody.
I mean, I'm telling you, there are certain skills that are transferable. They're transferable, and
like,
that's why.
Yeah, now I've moved on to like this stupid shit, but like it's like a point, like I can hit a nerve or something, so that it just does it. Like, you know what I mean? So I think it's probably something that you experience as well with your little finger.
Also true, and I also love, you know, when they have those machines at the like at a arcade where you have to hold the handles and they vibrate, and people are like, "Oh, it vibrates too much, it hurts," because it's almost like it's shocking you. It's so, that feels so good on my hands. I'm like, it feels nice, and people are like, "What do you mean it feels nice?" I'm like, "Bro, my hands are sore all the time." Okay, even now, I actually started wearing. It's these copper lined gloves for nighttime.
Does any of that copper shit work? Like,
you know what? So I'm not sure if it's just the light pressure on my fingers that makes it feel good, or if it's the copper shit. But I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to start getting, because I have a silver, I have a gold ring. I kind of want to get a copper one, and there's a few other rings that you can get that it kind of like it's all the base elements. Like, because I'd get a wood ring, I'd get everything. I look like a guy who wears multiple rings. That's fair.
Well, you're Greek. And
I'm very Greek.
And
like,
you want to be Thanos, and like you're not coming for that one ring. You can't.
I have it back there. I have both a mug and the Lego gauntlet back there because I am a fucking dork.
Yeah, your wife's calling you out on being a dork too.
Are you trying to be Thanos? Captain Planet.
But yeah, okay. I called somebody Captain Planet the other day, or was it Cole, and he didn't know who the fuck Captain Planet was?
I mean, that's very possible. Are you trying to be Thanos? Let's be honest. I even have a shirt. We can't compete on the ring category, baby. I win that one. She does. She has ridiculous rings, but at the same time, mine are majestic and powerful.
Do you have rings that fit?
Yeah.
Like I have tried. Okay, there's a ring like hematite or whatever, and they're like, oh, one size fits all type rings. Or
never.
Like, you know, like it's like every and smallest finger, not a chance. Like it's
yeah. You're the first person that's grabbed my ring and it didn't fit.
Yeah, because my finger was too big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely too big. I'm perfect. You're too big.
Yeah. See, there you go. All right. But it's funny that you're talking about me going to the class, because the other day, okay, so I went to see a friend yesterday,
Yes.
And their house is because I just done like 8K that day, like, and then I was like, maybe I just walk to their house because I don't have a car anymore. And then, but I'm like, oh, it says it'll take 2 hours, but I don't know if that would take me 2 hours. But so
you do have 15-foot long legs.
Yeah.
So, but you don't walk necessarily fast.
No, I do.
When you're low, yeah. You know what? Yeah. So, if anyone wonders later on, years to come, when you're like, I wonder if Kyle ever got stopped while he was walking, the answer is yes, probably with guns drawn. Let's be very clear, because him walking fast, not good, no bueno. Okay, it's just Anyway,
but okay, the app to their house was said it was a 29-minute drive. Get the okay, or a 33-minute bike ride.
Okay, yeah.
And you know Toronto, I'm just like, I'm very curious to test that bitch out.
Do you bike ride it, Kyle? Are you
I have a bike. I do not bike, but I have access to like 4, but like, yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is it a normal bike?
It's like it's like adult bike.
So you can't ride that bike. Don't. Hey, it's uncomfortable. Let's be honest.
All bikes are uncomfortable.
Okay, yeah, that's true. But that's not
pounds. How many bikes are you fucking riding? Anyway.
You know that's not what I meant. What I meant was that like your knees hit the front, right? Like
I don't know. No, I think I can ride properly. I had a bike briefly. Then I moved and had to sell it like fucking for half price weeks later. And
I mean that's fine.
But
why do I have the feeling that you have a tandem to fit your
So I
kind of want you to now have a tandem where you're like
lie down
back and then you're just like
aren't there like handy bikes that are like that? I don't know.
Yes, there are, and that is hilarious. My problem is I don't really have a butt. Like now I have the most butt I've ever had in my life, but also wear the smallest pants I've ever worn. So figure that one out. Yeah. So
the trees look bigger when you cut the forest down.
Yeah, well, speaking of, I'm gonna have to start doing that. That's one of the yeah, I gotta start manscaping.
Is that what the reference was?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Yeah, no, what were you saying?
It's more so that like because the last time I went for a bike ride was I lived at my parents' house and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for a bike ride. And my nut job brother-in-law had left the bike at the house because then they're off doing God knows fucking what. So I jumped on the bike. I got out of so we were in a crescent and maybe a circle. No, it's a circle. That's right. It's a circle. So I got out of the circle down to the next circle, and then I just stopped. I picked it up, put it on my shoulder, and walked back home because I thought I was gonna die. By bike riding, let's say 500 meters at the most. It was probably 200, but let's say 500 just for my own self-respect. Okay. And I was like, it's easier now for me to just pick it up, not even like roll it home. I put it on my shoulder and walked it home because I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah, that's fucking funny. Anyways, yeah. The last time it's funny how we're on bikes now, but yeah, because then I ended up taking the TTC, but no,
you can take there's a streetcar right by you, right?
Oh, there's a bus that just goes like right to the subway, and then subway takes you most everywhere. I want to say something. Okay, I want to get back to the bikes, and then I want to say something. I love that Toronto Airport has a what is it? like a 1 and a 3. The
Terminal 1, Terminal 3.
Terminal 1 and Terminal 3, yet no Terminal 2.
So,
And our subway has line 1, 2, and 4.
Shenanigans.
Yeah, so
So-
it's not.
Well, so the airport, though, that we used to have Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. Okay.
Okay.
And then they built Terminal 3. Terminal 3 is now Terminal 1 because the original Terminal 1 and Terminal 2 are scrapped. They're gone. They've been destroyed.
Okay.
Now, so they built number 3, then destroyed 1 and 2 to make a new Terminal 1. And
Okay.
Terminal 1, the new Terminal 1, it looks the same as Terminal 3, only bigger and a lot cooler looking. But it's
So they
basically the
just
same.
they tore down 1 and 2, left the 3 up, and built a new 1.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
and okay, subway line 3 is permanently closed and probably gonna be renamed some shit. But still,
Well-
it's just stupid that unlike both of these are fucking stupid. But
I remember when Celine Dion sang that crappy song to try and save Air Canada. I have no idea what you're talking about. Walkie talkies are neat.
I also have no idea, nor do I really care to learn more about it.
I mean,
Okay.
But okay, let's go back to the original thing.
Yeah,
So-
I was like back to time.
Okay. So first, bikes. You said you wanted to say something about bikes.
Thank you. Yeah, no. So when I bought that bike and stuff, that was when I was doing the Smolov Jr., which is this it's Russian crazy squat regimen. So it was like I bought the bike and then and it was like 24 gears, and I was in like 24 hill climbing fucking mode and just like
Yeah.
like it was like the easiest fucking thing. I'm just like, this is insane because I was squatted 300 pounds, which for my height and shit is a lot, is the most I can do without putting on substantial weight. So yeah, so like the bike just got, I'm like, that's stupid. And then, but I knew trainers that were like bike riders, like competitive, like Lance Armstrong type shit, only female and less testicle cancer. But like
They have the same amount of testicles as Lance Armstrong.
different cancer though. But like they so I'm just like, I can't imagine what she's doing on a bike, like because I'm like, she has like crazy power, but I guess like after a while you get tired and shit. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like if you have all the strength, then bikes are almost like weak. Like I'm like, I need a harder bike at that point, like because I was all the way up and it was still just stupid easy.
Yeah. Well, so that's the thing though, is that the lower the gears are weird, but that's the thing is the really like expensive bikes, you're like, yeah, you get 24 gears, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like I remember when 18 gears was insane.
Mm.
Now there are bikes with 32 gears, right? And they are wild, but
Don't we just need like you don't need more gears, you just need more distance between.
no, because it's a ratio thing, right? So when it structures its thing is the problem is like the more gears you have, the easier it is to bike ride. But the whole point about bike riding is the harder you bike ride, the stronger you get. So the idea of gears to help you navigate certain areas, you're like, yeah, just how about stop being a bitch and you could do it, you know?
Well, it's the difference between mode of transportation or exercise device.
Listen, that's okay. Hold on. Kyle needs, oh my God. Yes, he does. You're absolutely right. Sorry. Somebody just sent me something and now I'm going to send it to you. Well, I'm going to show everybody because this is definitely the bike that you're going to have to wear.
Okay.
And he said also in October 2004, it was announced that you and I would be the theme of Air Canada's new advertising campaign. At the same time, the airline unveiled new in-flight services products and new aircraft livery. Dion also recorded a 1 minute long French version of the song called Mes amis à moi. Both versions were used in Air Canada commercials and they sucked balls. I mean, are we surprised with that? I don't
I
think
haven't
so.
seen a television like I've seen like one television commercial in the last 20 years. Like that's fucking
It's weird, eh? When you see, okay, so this is the bike that Walkie Talkies Are Neat suggested that you have.
yeah, Penny Gold, whatever. Yeah. No, I knew exactly what he was gonna.
Oh, it's so good.
Carter.
Hi, Angie. How are you? Angie,
But-
did you get another haircut? You are so fancy. You ridiculous person, you. So listen, with that being said, okay, at the same time, I strongly feel that you are the kind of guy that has those weirdo glasses, the hat, and then the skin tight uniform for biking, and I find it extremely off-putting. Just in advance of anything.
I don't have any of that yet. No, I don't. No.
So I even had a joke once where I referred to cyclists as thinking they're on the Tour de Bloor Street, and I find cyclists the worst people in existence by far. I would rather hang out with racists than cyclists. It's that simple. And I have a friend who like is an avid off-road cyclist, and I'm like, why do you have to wear the skin tight uniform? He's like, oh, because you're more aerodynamic. And I'm like, who cares? That's stupid. I'm like, you should wear like jeans and stuff because it'll protect you more, right? And he's like, oh no, it's not, it's heavy and everything. I'm like, who cares? You're exercising, you dumb jackass.
No, they're
Very
competing
extremely off-putting.
in sport. But yeah, so
And by racist, I meant like not even funny racists, just like bad people. I would prefer over the cyclists. Like, funny racism is fine with me.
or
It's
worse than
not-
racist marathoners.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Yeah. Oh, Dino, let's go biking with chainmail. I mean, I feel like that would be funnier, but we'd have to go with lances as well. And just,
Well, yeah, that's modern jousting now, isn't it?
I mean,
that was already a Jackass episode, a fantastic episode. But
I feel like we should bring that kind of stuff back.
oh God, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Are we going biking, Dino? Oh, Jesus Christ.
See, I brought it up.
Why do
But
you do these things to me, pal?
it's insane. That's actually a gift to me at this point. But can you believe like they're like you could take a car or for 4 extra minutes a bike. I'm just like, how is it like they're so similar? I'm like, what? Because the stoplights, and then the part of it was like through a park for obviously not the car part, right? So it's interesting how I could get to the same thing and it's relatively the same amount of time. But
Like that is not like that is a cool thing, but in all honesty, there are a ton of roads you could use for cycling that aren't the main streets.
yeah,
The idea that we have bike lanes on the main streets is bonkers to me. Is absolutely bonkers. So
okay, Walkie Talkie just said I'd be too scared to ride a bike in Toronto. It is fucking taking your life into your hands, man. Like I'm too scared because I drove a car. And these bikers, they're fucking stupid, and they think they
very
have,
stupid.
and like all these people and pedestrians, they all think they have rights. Oh, we have the right of way. I know, but my car wins 100% of the time, so you should like, and I'm more of a
100%. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, just to be clear, if anyone breaks into my house, you're never gonna leave. Just if you want to, yeah.
You can't.
It's that simple.
Oh fuck! Nobody would ever ride a bike then, but yeah.
Have you ever had a cyclist blow through a light?
No, no.
I have.
I have, but like, I mean, like, no, not really. No. Yeah.
It's bro.
It's like not a second time. Anyways.
No, I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And one guy was like, hey, you're in my lane. And I'm like, bro, I'm in a car.
Yeah.
I'll go wherever the fuck I want and you're gonna die. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Okay, so here's a story about because now we're just talking about traffic. And it is kind of a fail, but not my fail. So I have this delightful street where the lights don't really line up correctly. And there's a left-hand turn lane, but then the straightaway is also practically a left.
Yeah.
So then one light will go off and nobody will go straight properly. Like they just stop, even though it's a green light.
Yeah.
Dino knows this, but like our viewer isn't. So
we have 12 viewers, just to be very clear. Okay. Okay, Kyle. So just calm down, sir.
And then, shit, I should have copied this to my Facebook. And then we would have had 11.
Just so you know, yeah, we have a bunch on Cole's Twitter, and then we have some on my Twitch, my YouTube, and nothing from Kyle. So thanks a lot, Kyle. No,
it's just people don't like me.
I mean, I'm having a hard time with it. That's fair. That's
yeah. See, like,
if anything, you're not a fan of yourself either. So that's fine.
Oh, well, that's pretty documented.
I mean, you're like, hey, I don't like me either sometimes.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I have used that line when people are like, I really don't like you sometimes. And I'm like, hey, I don't like me either. So like we're on the same page, but sometimes I'm a little bit much. And if anything, I probably need a nap. So
yeah. That's but
I feel like that was one of the things that people didn't like when we were working together was that I'm like, oh, I would leave early, and they're like, oh, well, we're not done. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm done. It's not that's not a thing for me because I could come here early, but you guys don't want to work early. Yeah. Then, well, you guys want to work late, but I'm sorry, the night is mine. I'm Batman. I gotta go do shit. So I'm out doing Batman shit.
No, I kind of like, yeah.
You trained them poorly, sir. Because you were like, I'm always available. I love working. I'm making friends.
No, but like, well, then it was cold, and I was just like, and then if she started giving me jobs that were like uninspiring to me, I'm just like, I'm gonna go. Like I did my stuff, and it's just like, yeah, and then it's weird because she was put in a weird situation too because I came out of nowhere and got the same respect as others and had a good read. So it was like, what do you do with this guy? And then so whatever. I still work for them technically, so I don't know. Yeah, shit. There was stuff pertaining to the topic I forgot about. But like, oh, okay. The other day, somebody posted something about being okay with your failings, or it wasn't even failings, but it was like bad shit that happens to you, and I guess failures are considered bad things. Yeah. But to go and unwrite, I said it probably better but it's just like every bad thing that's happened to you, every failure, every even good thing, but like all the things that have happened, they have created you. So once they have happened, and assuming that you're like good with you and good on the progress and happy with yourself in the greater sense, like they have all formed you, and you don't know what one thing, however big or however small, that if you removed it from your life, how different you could be. So it's like, well, I wish the bad shit didn't happen.
That may have been the perfect thing.
Sorry?
That may have been the perfect thing that leads you to your happiness.
That, or I couldn't even I could in no way remove it with the confidence of not removing an important piece of myself.
100%.
Right?
That's but that's the thing is like our existence lacks context, right? We have no idea. Look, we don't know when lightning will strike, right? We have an idea, but then we don't know if that's our lightning or not.
Yeah.
Right. See. And that's that weird thing where you have you have so many companies that wait for things to be successful. They don't have to take a chance on something untested. The reason they don't is because they have the tested thing that's profitable. So they let other people take the risk and then they swoop in and buy it and move on. That's the situation. That's the problem that we have today, is that people are like, oh, no, I have a plan that works every time. And you're going, yeah, that's shitty. That's a job. That sounds horrible. I want an adventure. I want to find the new thing. I want to seek my destiny somewhere. Interestingly enough, it usually lies around Lego, but still.
But doesn't that just define everything about like how I live my fucking life? It's just like, well, there was a lot of safe choices, Kyle, and you chose this. Like, but
well, that's where we're both at. We're both doing dumb shit right now. That we are way overly qualified for what we are doing, but we are trying to lay the groundwork for something bigger. We don't know what, but we kind of think it might be something ish. So we both know that we can pretend very well. We both know that we can improvise ish fairly enough. We both know that we are funny. We definitely make people laugh. But it's like, okay, put all that together. What do you get? Okay, so I should be a talk show host. Ha ha! Ta-da! And that's my job, you know?
I want to be a game show host. So
absolutely. I think it'd be hilarious watching you turn letters like Vanna White.
Why is that the job? She's not the host. She's just
why can't that be the job, Kyle? Why can't you be the eye candy for all the ladies? You have Angie out here fucking flicking her bean immediately. Like, all Kyle's on the TV. He's turning them letters. Delicious. Okay.
You would think that the ratio of like female to male, like I assume a lot more women watch Wheel of Fortune. I don't know why. So you would think that they would want a man now that we're thinking about this shit.
Well, women do love making shit up. So Wheel of Fortune.
Oh my God. All right.
It's just one of those things. I'm sorry. It's just factual.
This is one of those days.
I mean, that's just science.
But yeah, there's been like Leslie Jones talked about like the things might be not, but like my facts might not be, but it was like talking about Oprah, and it's like she was successful. Like but you know where she was at 23? She got fired. But you know, it's like, who would fire Oprah? Well, she wasn't Oprah yet. She had to get fired to become Oprah, and that's like the failures, right? It's like Leslie Jones, like when she hit it big, she was like mid 40s. It's like, and then everybody's like, how do you attribute your overnight success? And it's just like, it took her 30 years to become an overnight success. It's just because nobody looked until everybody looked, right? Like,
yeah. And that's life. That's why you like, I remember talking about this with someone when I used to have a real job and was a real boy.
Before you knew me.
Yeah, oh wow, years before I knew you, sir. And she was like, how come you bother with some of those clients? I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, why are you even bothering? Like, you look at it, she goes, in 10 seconds, you know whether it'll work or not. And I'm like, yeah, but I can try. I can talk about it and see where we can go. She goes, I don't even bother. I just, no, that's it. Can't, like, if it's not going to be easy, I know it's going to be hard. So why should I bother? And I'm like, oh, that sounds shitty. Like, why would you do that? Right. Like, and it was like, oh no, I try for everybody. Everybody I interact with, you get my A game, because I'm just not a piece of shit. But then I'm like, oh, am I the only one who's not acting like a piece of shit? And it kind of sounds like that, but I don't know. It's fucked up.
It's weird because I have often seen you act like a piece of shit.
I know. And that's why I'm like, really? I'm like, maybe I'm not. I don't know. You guys would be awesome as hosts for a kids show. We should pitch American Gladiator Kid Edition. Oh, I would punch out so many kids. Like I would happily be like the final boss and just be like, start boxing them up.
See, but you know what? He just he just didn't realize that this is like, I don't know why it's more PC to say that we're launching kids around than the good old giant midget toss. Like that's all he came up with, and I'm just like, yeah, it's fantastic. I've never seen a big guy throw a midget and not been happy about it.
I've never seen anyone, man, woman, or child, throw a midget and not have a smile on their face. That's just the science.
Brad Williams, the comedian, has a story about it.
Yeah, and it's fucking hilarious because, bro, and that's why, like, the idea that anyone would give a shit, like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
But it's like, it's also so stupid because it's just like, so now the little guy has a job, and people are paying to see them, and I'm like, fuck, if somebody just throw me into a big pillow, and that's my day job, and I get probably paid exceptional money, I'm like, oh, what does it cost you? Self-respect. I'm like, have you had jobs today? Because that's fucking part of it. Like,
bro, like that it's not only that. Are you kidding me? By giving them that kind of role and putting them in the role as an entertainer or the entertainment, they're now in the fucking table. Like they're now open for business. That's a whole other ball game, right? Like whenever you have entertainment involved, people get weird and make weird decisions. So you now have put them into the fucking pool.
You mean like a fetish?
Yeah, doesn't fucking matter.
Midget
but like there's some people just like, oh, I fuck the talent. Okay, well, the talent is a midget tonight, so he's getting laid. People are just weird like that. So like,
it's weird that you went.
No, but that's the thing is like that you don't own you guys jousting kids. I'd even want bro, there's no way that wouldn't be some of the most entertaining shit you ever watched in your life. Because I would happily full gear, everybody's safetied up, and let's just go. Because I'm like, bro, I will just Sparta kick them right in the chest. I don't give a shit. It'll be great. That'll be great TV.
That's funny because we just I believe it or not, I trained kids for a while, and then I showed the kid like a Spartacus, Spartacus.
What?
Sparta kick.
Yeah. Okay, those are ways.
But then every time he did it, he would yell, "This is Sparta!" Like every time.
Oh, yeah. So, well, it's a cool line. I get it, but at the same time, you're like, yeah, you just don't do that.
Next time you're like, tonight we dine in hell. Anyways,
I mean, top tier entertainment, right?
But it's just see, like, okay, I don't really watch wrestling anymore because the Attitude Era is over, and it sucks. But so there's now a Hall of Fame and stuff, and I'm just like, question mark, did the little wrestlers get into the Hall of Fame? Were they put in? Because remember Max Mini and Little Vader, and then they did like a mini Royal Rumble at one point eventually too. And,
it was awesome.
And they were the bomb. Everybody loved the little midget wrestlers.
Okay, so you're gigantic, so we already have established you are not going to live to like 90. You're like a Great Dane of persons, right?
Yeah, so like next week I'm done.
Yeah, so do midgets live longer, or do they have normal lifespans, or how does
they
that
have
work?
like shortened lifespans too because of like they're generally not healthy.
Hey, but they do have normal sized genitals, so lucky them. I think that's good.
Yeah, I
think that's fair. That's reasonable.
Normal. I don't know, but
I'm just I feel like that's a little bit nicer.
Well, yeah, but like, yeah. Anyways,
I was okay. So right now,
weird.
Yeah, well, that's fine. This got weird for all 11, 12 people that are watching. Hey, this is some weird shit.
You're like 8, 7, 6.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck did he just say? No, so that was like hilariously, we have visitors from overseas, and they're here for 3 weeks, and one of them, I'm like, she's not even up to my nipple, like she's barely up to my
Holy
rib cage height wise, and I'm just like, I could not imagine being that short. Like it's just like it just baffles my mind, right? Like I'm like, I wish I was a little bit taller, but like now seeing how inconvenient it is for you, I'm like, because I was thinking, like, I would have liked to be about around your height, about 6'6", but I'm like, oh, that is inconvenient a lot.
yeah,
Like that is, yeah, that is a little too much. So
because that's drawbacks. Yes.
yeah,
But
because I'm yeah, I'm like 6'2", 6'3" ish, and then like I would have liked it like 6'4", maybe. That would have been good, but I'm like, okay, what's up, gays?
hey, I want to talk. I do kind of want to talk about this a WNBA matter. Anyways, it's just insane how can we get that off the screen?
Oh, what? Happy Pride.
Yeah. Oh, it's also men's mental health awearness night.
Oh, that's an interesting turn of events. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe we give it back to the people who need it. And I've calculated it. It's actually our 103rd Gay Pride Month in a row, because that's when Justin Trudeau got voted in. So it's pretty much all we've talked about since then. So
this would be my dream job, just taking on midgets.
Like they're not even that small, because he's like really large.
Well, Andre the Giant was terrifying. I feel bad that he was in so much pain later on in his life, but
like I get it.
Oh, even I get that.
Yeah, me too. Hashtag me too.
Anyways, send me some mental health bros. I mean,
spare.
So but that's on that point. Just understand that when you realize, when you see or perceive something as a failure, understand that you have zero context for what's happening. That is like it goes. There's a parable where a farmer, his
I've told you
horse. Yeah, we had this discussion. It was and you told me it, and I heard it on a few TikToks, and they were like, it's the whole maybe it is, maybe it's good, maybe it's not, but it's just maybe, right?
Yeah, like
and it goes on. It's the horse gets out. Oh no, that's bad news. Maybe. Oh, we found the horse. It came back and it brought a whole bunch of other horses. This is great news. Now we have all these horses. Maybe. Then the son, he starts trying to train some of the horses, gets hit, breaks his leg. Oh no, it's so sad. Maybe. Then the army comes and they're drafting young men, but his son can't be drafted because he is his leg is broken. And you're like, oh, so you don't know what context of everything is. Angie off-putting. It's Dino who should be off-putting. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I love pudding. I really do.
Man. Chocolatey, velvety goodness.
Oh, don't even.
I like pudding more than like mousse.
Oh yeah.
But they're not one and the same. But they're
not. But
like a really good mousse can outdo a pudding. But like
but a good mousse is going to cost you $27.
Okay. Yes. So, so yes, but
yeah. Okay. But a decent pudding, you're like, the thing is, mousse is very airy and light. But then I'm like, I feel like I have to eat an entire kilogram of mousse.
Yeah.
Before I feel okay. Whereas pudding has substance. You know. But it's also drinkable, which I'm like, it's fantastic. It's a great invention, you know.
Oh, it's totally the Frosty of the home life, I guess. The Wendy's Frosty from the home, because you can't really eat it you have to eat it with a spoon. You can't really drink it.
You can't, but I do love.
Good.
I love a melted frosty. Like, oh, that's fantastic. Leave it to the Canadian to be like, I like pudding more than I like mousse. Ah! You know what? You know it wasn't that kind of mousse, but also, how dare you? I love a good vanilla pudding. That
No,
sounds.
man, I can only have chocolate. I don't.
You know what? I've had other ones like every once in a while. I don't know why. I don't know if other people do this, but people, I'll be like, ooh, they have caramel. So I'll get caramel and then I'll try it. I'm like, I don't like caramel. I don't know why I got caramel. And then people are like, oh, it's butterscotch flavor. I'm like, oh, I'll try that. And then I eat it. I'm like, I don't like butterscotch. Why would I get that? I like chocolate and I like strawberry. Those are the flavors I like.
Okay.
Or I like mint. If it's ice cream, mint chocolate chip, definitely.
Wow, you're totally on a different spectrum there. It's like,
yeah, I know.
I don't
very
like.
diverse thing.
Like, I'm like, why do you need toothpaste in your whatever you're putting or whatever the hell we're talking about?
No, I wouldn't get mint pudding.
What were we talking about? See, you're
What?
talking about what, blizzards or some shit?
I like more so like desserts and things like, but even like Costco has chocolate sundae that is fantastic. It's top tier. But I'm a huge fan of a peanut butter parfait.
Okay.
It's a delicious thing.
I'm eating carnivore right now, so this is just kind of shit to talk about.
Here's a question for okay. Would you use your French fries to dip into a Frosty?
I don't. Okay. It was never. I wouldn't dip it, but yes, I would consume them at the same time. Like I would have. It was more of a McDonald's thing. The milkshake. Drink the milkshake and throw some fries in.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't like actually dip it, but the exact same thing essentially is yes, it's fantastic. It's like orange crush and buttered popcorn. I don't know. Yeah. It's like God was like, these two must go together. And yes, the fries and the Frosty is this
spicy nuggets into a chocolate Frosty. Really? Interesting. See, I will tear up fries and put them in like crackers in soup, like into a Frosty. Like I'll tear up fries and put them into my Frosty. I'm like, yeah. I'll just wait for it to melt, and I've
never gotten that aggressive with it. And Frosties are usually, I don't know. I haven't had a Frosty in like over a decade, so I don't.
Cole, try honeydew ice cream. It's delightful. Yeah, honeydew ice cream is top tier.
It's like melon.
Yeah, it's very refreshing.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I'm 24 hours into a fast right now. I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna go. I'm trying.
I'm for half an hour.
Well, I love food. I don't know why. I'm like, it's just such a good pastime. It's just so enjoyable. But I'm trying to do like maybe 24 to 36 hours of fasting, and then I'll eat, and then I'll do another 36 hours and kind of like just like eat every other day kind of thing, like a snake.
Yeah. No, but like that's intermittent fasting too, right? Like it's just.
Yeah. Well, I feel like after 24 hours is more long, but I don't know, whatever.
Back, this was what 6 to 8 years ago or whatever. Like when I was in the gym, we did like we were guinea pigs for ourselves. Like we created a keto diet off of like canned shit because just to make it super cheap and like my buddy just started
pulled off with tuna, chicken,
chickpeas and shit.
Yeah. It's not horrible, but
but it wasn't like all canned food. But it was just like the excuse of being poor wasn't like because like you're probably eating that shit anyways. You might as well do it right. And no walkie-talkie, that should not be done. The poutine, I'll do it, but actually, I have the ingredients. I had a poutine last night, despite my weird. It didn't affect me in any way, so it's good.
Potato is fantastic, and I'm not sure. Like, yes, you can't have it and stay in ketosis and everything like carnivore does to you, but at the same time, like your body fucking loves potato, bro. Like
I needed something, and like I'm running short on food, but I didn't want to like cook and and then I already had the fries and I'm like, fuck gravy. And then but like gravy has wheat in it, but like whatever. It honestly, I've been only going for like a week maybe. And it hasn't been like super strict or anything, but like I've been trying.
No, but
And
look, but that's that. See, this is what I've experienced, and this is like one of the things. Like I did carnivore for a month, and I didn't do good at it. I wasn't super strict, and also too, but like I didn't enjoy it at all. Like I don't enjoy that way of eating. I found it, but I'm like, listen, if you are looking to lose weight, increase the protein in your diet and decrease the sugars to as little as possible, and fewer carbohydrates that are bread based, thing like that. You want to stay away from cakes, desserts, and anything like that. You want to minimize sugar, increase protein, and that will help you lose weight. Simple, but that's why as carnivore there is certain effects that have like it does throw you into a very efficient digestion regimen.
See, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I think I'm down like a couple pounds, but it's nothing crazy. But I think it's like actual pounds, like it's like actual weight loss, not like
I found visceral weight loss. Like it was like my chest like got thinner noticeably.
Yeah, like my stomach is flatter now. And that's all I want really is that's what I'm working towards. And so yeah, so I don't know whether that's swelling or waist based just, but like
just to be clear so everyone understands what Kyle wants for summer is when in like Scooby-Doo there would be like a mountain yeti but he would have abs. That's what Kyle wants to be in the summertime on the beach. He's like, I'm hairy but look at my abs.
First off, I'm like hairier than I want, but I'm less hairy than a lot. Like I'm not Greek hairy or
I am not as you're way hairier than I am.
Okay, Italian hairy.
Yeah, Italian. You're not Italian hairy, but you're like
cool. No, but like I want to like I'll get the hair taken care of. I'll get some of that removed, but like no, I want some abs.
Yeah, no, I'm well that's why I'm trying to like I'm on a very
I've had them before.
I haven't. So I'm gonna have my first set of abs this summer at the age of 44. I'm gonna have abs. And like as it stands, like I already have like my body is growing in musculature, so like I kind of have like a dick root going, but at the same time I'm like I still have a gut, so it doesn't really make a difference. I'm like, but it's coming. Jello pudding pop. Why would you send me Jello pudding? Oh Jesus Christ!
Is this cold or what?
No. This is you know what? I'm gonna see if I can window there. This is what I'm being shown. So there's that.
Cans used to be smaller too.
Yeah, but not that small.
No, okay? Yeah, I know, but it's funny because it's like, yeah, that's kind of how my hand.
And then also Jello pudding pops, frozen pudding on a thing. Jello pudding pops.
I had a friend who did the best impression, but like he was such a nomad as a high schooler.
That's Kyle. That's what Kyle's looking to do to himself. Okay.
Yeah, without the straps.
Yeah. I mean, maybe with the straps. Who knows? Yeah. He's like, well, you were talking about pudding. I'm like, yeah. The pudding will control you whether you like it or not.
Yeah. He had no, my buddy did a great impression of it, but he's like a nomad as a high school. So like I have no idea where this guy is. I
probably jail if he was
No, but like he didn't really no, pot's legal now, so that was the thing he did. But like he was such a I'll live in the he just wanted to snowboard and shit. Like he would be the one who would like get free membership because he would like help build the half pipe shit. Like, and I'm like just living in BC in a tent. Like, I have no idea what happened to this guy, but it's weird. He didn't keep up with Facebook.
Oh, I found something. I found Kyle this summer. Just everyone's got to keep your eye out for Kyle this summer right here. That's Kyle. Hot.
You think that guy doesn't get tail?
All of the tail. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
It's funny. Like, see, that's the thing. Like, I think it's so funny because when people make if people want to make fun of me, they always go after like how I look. I'm just like, dude. I'm like, people literally pick me out of crowds to put on TV and like and pay me to take pictures of me. Like, yeah, like, so regardless of what you think, I'm attractive in a way. Like, shit.
That's the thing is attractiveness comes down to symmetry. That's all it is. And I'm like, I'm wonky. So I'm like, I'm mildly symmetrical, but I'm like a little bit. I think I got into a few fights where my face might have got a little mashed up. And so I'm kind of like, just a little.
Dude, I broke my nose and fixed it fucking 4 years later because I didn't realize it was broken. And it's like crooked. And I don't know if it's like original crooked or just acceptance crooked. But
I mean, listen, not everyone could have a beautiful nose like Dino. That's fine.
Okay.
I get it.
Do you have children, like baby pictures of you? Not like baby, but like toddler or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you look anything like that kid? Because I don't feel like I do.
Do I look like that kid? A little bit, yeah.
Because I feel like I look nothing like my childhood photo now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we saw that Cole looked like a homeless person. That's for sure.
Yeah. What's his face?
It's hilarious. Not everyone can have a beautiful nose like Owen Wilson. I mean, listen. Wow.
Okay, I'm trying to find something.
I mean, I want to see these baby pictures of you, sir.
I don't know. Now I'm worried. Actually, I didn't mind seeing. Now I'm worried. Oh, I have a question for you, sir.
All right.
Because you're from Greece and I'm from Eastern Europe. So,
hello.
Funerals.
Yes.
Caskets. Photo op.
So no, that's a
thing for us. I have family photos that are fantastic. It's like the family gathered around and there's a coffin there with like dead relative X. And and I have photos of my recently deceased grandmother and I like post mortem. And I have we share a Latvian friend and I consulted her on the matter and she was like, yeah, it's fucking weird.
So, okay. So I have a picture of my dad in his coffin, and I have a picture of my brother who passed away recently.
Okay.
And so I have pictures of them, taking a picture with them, like, hey, last selfie. Like, not really my thing.
Leaving, but
I wouldn't be like, I feel like that's not necessarily Balkan, more so just it's the last chance you'll ever have to take a picture. We should take a picture with them. Like, I think that was just how the times were,
No, but it's like still going. I don't know. We are the time. Okay, wait.
No, but people did it because they had to. Now they do it because might as well. We used to, might as well still do it, right?
Well, if you remember that, like back in the day, like photography wasn't like flash. It took a while. So when they're not moving, it's a lot easier to take a photo.
That is a real thing.
But there was a dude. But that's funny that it's weird now because they used to take photos of dead people all the time. Like it was like almost exclusive. And then apparently at the thrift store, we got one of those books of the dead. So that's So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I don't think I
weird.
look like this kid anymore.
I mean,
Unless he's smiling, so he's fraud. But
a little bit,
yeah, see, you're
like
like
a very little. Like you know what? Oh, the problem is, like, I've never seen you without facial hair.
also true.
Yeah, so that's makes it a little tricky. But like, you were a cute kid.
Oh, I knocked him dead, dude.
Yeah. So
Especially with that getup. Oh,
yeah.
pressing to impress. This was one of the less embarrassing ones.
Listen, a nice pair of slacks makes a world of difference.
Okay, well, here, hold on. If that's your opinion, give me a sec.
It is.
Oh, here we go. This is funny. And anyways,
Walkie talkies just told me that they actually do that in Italy. They take pictures with the bodies as well. Which I'm like I get it. It's fucking weird though, right? So and this is another one. Is this? I mean, maybe.
but I had style, sir.
Yeah. Well, you look like some sort of sailor or some. I mean, hey, women love a man in uniform. That's just scientific fact, sir. Just scientific. It's just how it is. But I don't know. I feel like that's one of the big things that people have to realize is that unless it's a prison uniform,
Actually, I don't think
I don't think it matters, Victoria. I think the girls they like a bad boy, you know. But no, but that's always remember that we don't have context of our situation a lot of times. So having a perception that things are good and or bad is a misnomer, I guess, of some sort, where like be present in the moment, but understand that the future is still untold.
But like, even think about it like this. Like, you know how you can see your friend's life and you see all their problems and it all so clear to you, but the friend knows nothing? Well, just assume that you, about your life, probably know the least about it. It's just like that. Like, you're in the same boat. Everybody, like the outside perspective, probably because they're further away and detached from it, they can see a lot more of your bullshit than you can because you're usually like hyper focused on whatever one thing or whatnot. So,
Yeah.
like, you know, the same way we can outside observe, it's just like, yeah, you outside observe and you see what, and you're like, oh, I see what their problem is. It's just like, well, guess what? Somebody else out there can see what your problem is. So the fact
100%.
that but that being said, it's just like, yeah, like people have said to me, even like, it's just like some things you view as like, I'll view things as failures when they were successes. Like we can't even distinguish that enough to, and then later, like a lot of bad shit happened like last year, or at least it was at the time, but most of it has been like good now. And certain things have just like it just works out. And it was like, oh, that was a blessing. It was just like, but at the same time, there was a lesson learned. So it was like,
Yeah.
it was going to be a difficult time, but the fact that it was necessary, it's just like training for a fight. You're signing up for difficult times in hoping to make it an easier fight. So yeah, like you're always going to go through difficult times to achieve something, and whether you choose to do it or it's thrust upon you. So yeah, it's just
I absolutely agree. And check this out. As long as our bellies are fed and have a roof over our head, success. And even still, listen, I've been fasting. I'm not eating until tomorrow. My belly is empty, sir. Empty, I tell you. But
that's a different success, though, right? You know, like it's just
well, that's and that was one of the things. I sent you a couple TikToks today. One of them is a guy who used to be fat, and then he changed how he started fasting and stuff, and now he's in great shape, and he's a personal trainer and stuff. And he was like, "Yo," he goes, "I was in the gym 2 hours a day, and I looked like shit." and then I started fasting, and then boom, within 6 months, I was fucking rocking it. And I'm like, motherfucker, you know? So like I'm in a different journey because of like how much weight I've lost and everything, right? But at the same time, I'm like, my goal is still valid. I'm like, I'm my goal is right now I'm gonna get under 210. And I feel like I'm gonna be like I'm gonna topple over because my head is gonna be so fucking huge. But like at the same time, I'm like, I'm hoping like my arms are already like I worked out today. I'm like, fucking arms are doing great. They're getting bigger. So
just don't be so focused on like just achieve the body you want and don't fucking give a shit about like the 210. Because like I've said in the past, and not to be unsupportive, I just don't know if your frame has 210 in it. Like there's like you got, you know.
I think I like
yeah, but
this is the
without
thing.
giving up your strength and that shit, because there's a cost either way, right? Like
but that's the thing is now I'm working out regularly and I'm doing some really cool stuff that I'm like some of the stuff yeah, but I'm also combining that with fasting. So
which is not the best, but
well, so as long as I don't get faint, I'm okay. Right.
But as a athlete and former trainer, I can say that you can put in all the work you ever want, but like food can take it all away. It's super easy. So like
yeah,
cleaning up your food, like food, yeah, it can. Abs are built in the kitchen is a thing, because you like I did sit-ups for fucking 10 years, and then it was the cut that got the abs. So
yeah.
like, and I don't. So yeah, it's So yeah, food will always take it away. So you have to figure that shit out.
Yeah, you can't out train a poor diet.
Yeah, there is that book. Fuck, it's yellow. I forget the name of the book. It's something about you are a badass or something like that. It's like chapter 2. It's like get right with God, and it said the G word. It's like we don't care about what your beliefs are or all that stuff, but you have to have some understanding of it all. Accept that and then move your life forward, because it's like there is an existence up there, and if you don't like some acknowledgement of the topic, anyways.
Yeah, because but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to actually get into anything, but it was just
God. We try and keep it to an hour, and Kyle's like, "Let's start something even deeper."
Yeah. Well, fuck yeah, sure, let's do it. 10 hours later.
Oh God.
Still going strong.
Well, actually, so on that note, we were talking with Atlas and John D. Ruddy, because we interviewed him on Generation Dan yesterday, which will re-air on Friday, so people want to watch it. But we were talking about doing a live like 8-hour thing of the election in November.
So the American election?
Yeah.
One of the 4 people, or only one's American.
No. So yeah, but it will be
is this an invite, or is this just telling?
Yeah. No, well, it's just to let everybody know that is on. We are going to be doing that. So it's Atlas. I'm sure Cole is going to be coming, but
I will probably be there.
You, me, John Ruddy was like, I definitely. Well, John, it's because he's in Ireland, right? So he's he was like, I may come in for like the last hour, or I might come in for the first bit, go sleep, and then come back at the end. I'm like, yeah, that's fine, whatever, right? But it'll be like, it may be entertaining just because like we're gonna see history of some sort. It'll be entertaining. So I don't know.
There was a lot of gingers on Generation Day on that day.
I mean, it's alarming.
Yeah, I'm just
who's out there?
I was trying to adjust the red on my TV, but it always looked off. But
anyways, this has been Life of Giants, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. We'll be back tomorrow with Hammered and Cheese, and we're going to be doing tacos and margaritas. So make sure to tune in. It'll be a good episode tomorrow at 7:30.
Has to come in.
What?
Tide Pod shots.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, eventually it'll happen. Have a good night, everybody.